Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Avatar Wolf, and we're back here live on Powersurge. And as always, I'm the Avatar Wolf. I'm your host with my co-host, as always, Jake. Jake, you're back.
Yes, yes, I am.
Man, I didn't think you were gonna be back. I thought you were just gonna be like gone in the wind or something like that. Like, somehow
What?
other people leaves.
What? Why would I do that?
I don't know. I just thought maybe, I don't know. But we're back with another episode of Power Surge. We have a great show for you guys tonight. And we have a match as Tag Team Go 1-on-1 with Max Can in the Power Surge Arena tonight.
Ooh.
But first, we get to talk about what happened on last week's show, Jake, on
hmm
AEW on Friday night in Memphis, Tennessee. Man, Memphis, Tennessee, that's crazy. It's just crazy in general, like what it is, like how it's like in Tennessee compared to what we're
Yeah.
getting here right now in Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisiana, sorry. I said Louisville. uh, it's very late here tonight at on Monday here, the 19th. But we're gonna get going here and let's just talk about what happened last week, Jake, on the show, just in general, in Memphis. Let's just get into it. We had match one to start off as we had Bobby Live taking on Smooth of the BDF. And what was your opinion on this matchup, Jake?
I'll be honest. Bobby Live kind of seems like an underdog in that match.
I feel like he was an underdog, and I mean, he took two like stun dog millionaires on the outside of the ring, and I thought that he was
Yeah.
basically down for the count. I didn't think he was gonna get back up.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. But he somehow came back into the match and took Smooth out with a single autumn wind.
And I think that's a testament to the new Bobby Live that we're seeing lately in AWW. The
I'm gonna have
brashness
to.
is gone from. Go on.
I have to 100% agree with you on that.
The brashness of the kid and the cocky kid that we used to know as Bobby Live, it seems like he's a thing in the past. He's taken this very seriously, especially when Andy questioned if he had the heart to win matches. And hopefully, Bobby Live can really realize his potential dream of becoming the AWW World Champion at the Swamp when he takes on Andy for the title.
Hope, hopefully.
But we'll have to see as the Swamp is 5 days away, Jake. It's going to be crazy here in New Orleans.
Where has the time gone?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. After that matchup, which was a great matchup by the way, Smooth is a great competitor as always. He is the first AWW champion for a reason. It was Bobby Live's night that night. Bobby Live got the win. I give that match maybe like a 3-star match there just to get going here, just to start off the show hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after the match, we had some interesting conversations in the ring as High Energy and Bacon Lord Boy came out calling out the coalition.
Oh.
Do you not remember what happened here, Jake?
Is is it? I remember. Bacon Lord Boy apparently has a new name. B Dizzle, is it?
Be dizzy.
B Dizzy. Ah,
Be dizzy. Apparently, if he doesn't want to be called late for dinner though, is what he said to High Energy. But
don't blame him.
but there was a lot of back and forth there, and it looks like we're getting our official match, which will be a 3-on-3 tag team match at the Swamp, as Bacon Lord Boy and High Energy will be going a tag team matchup against the Coalition. And I actually have the contract right here on my desk here, not signed yet because the Coalition have not signed it. All three members have not signed it yet, but right now we have signed signatures here from High Energy. Omega and Turbs also signed it as well. We're just waiting for Bacon and Crusher to sign the contract here. What do you think about
Of
this matchup
course we're, of
coming up for
course
the
we're
Swamp?
waiting. Of course we're waiting on Crusher, but I'm excited for that match. We have a fresh talent in the form of Bacon Lord Boy joining up with arguably one of the best tag teams in AWW in High Energy, going against another great tag team, the Tax Collectors, with with Crusher joining them, making the coalition.
A lot of people are saying that the collectors have kind of downgraded by coming to the coalition, and I disagree with them like 100% on this matter, Jake. Because here's
Oh.
the thing about the coalition:
hmm
there's a strength in numbers, and it doesn't matter who the person is. When you have someone like Omega, Turbs, and Crusher. Turbs is a former world champion.
Yes,
Turbs is
he
a
is.
legit challenge to AWW, and Omega holds all the cards in the briefcase right now, Jake.
And Omega is, and the collectors are also accomplished tag team champions, right?
I believe so. Yes, they've won it like 2 times,
Is
I
it?
believe. So
And Crusher, love him or hate him, you can't deny that he's very talented, winning a Black Sun raid.
you're not wrong. Crusher is very talented. So like the coalition is a tough team just to handle, and we'll see if Bacon and High Energy can get the job done. After that
Yes,
segment,
we
though,
will.
we went to match 2, which was Tokyo taking on the debut of Emily Rinkins. What do you have to say about this matchup here, Jake?
It was a very good match with quite a bit of back and forth.
It was a very impressive showing from Emily Rinkins, who came in there as the underdog against a former AWW Women's Champion. Tokyo showed that like it's hard to win matches in AWW in your debut.
Yes, it is. I think the record has it where more people have lost on their debut than won, I think.
I believe that is the case. The problem with winning a debut match, though, is that you can only go down from there. Where at least with Emily Rinkins losing to Tokyo, who is a former women's champion in her own right, only the sky's the limit for her. So maybe, just
Yes, it is.
maybe, Rankins taking a loss there doesn't hurt her credibility and gets her to become a fine women's champion in the future when it's down the line.
Maybe. And I don't think there's any shame in any of the any women in AWW losing to Tokyo, because Tokyo used to fight matches with the men.
You're not
Not
wrong,
me.
but
Not many people mention that.
I think Tokyo has carved a great career in AWW after wrestling men, stuff like that as well. For like
Yes, she is.
third ever women's champion and just stuff like that. I mean, she could be number one contender once again, like down the road for the women's championship against Koyoma Kane, and that would be a nice match to re-see fit, right?
Yes, it will.
Like, I mean, Tokyo and Kane part two after what happened at Sullivan's Comet.
Ooh, I don't think there's an arena big enough to hold that.
We'd have to find one. But anyways, after that matchup with Tokyo and Rinkins, we had Buttscrew backstage talking about the hellacious tortures that will be the death match at the swamp.
Ugh. I, Again, I still have to ask if that's even sanctioned by AWW.
It is going to be official. Matthews will be taking on Buttscrew in a death match at the Swamp pay per view in New Orleans. And I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, it is not for the faint of heart. Both men will sign contracts that AWW is not liable if anything happens in this contest, and we'll have to hope that whoever wins this matchup doesn't come out a shell of what they were before.
Yes, we will.
And I
Ugh.
hope not both men don't come out that same way. I hope they actually come out fine as they come in. But in a death
It's-
match, there's only one way coming out, Jake, and that's the problem
and
with death
that's
matches.
and that's bloody at a minimum, to be honest. Like,
Have go on.
I do you think there's such a thing as a experience edge in death matches?
I mean, if Matthews has an experience edge, we'll see it at the Swamp. It'll be obvious, but he did lose the
Yeah.
first ever death match. I hope that doesn't come into play. That maybe he's not in the right frame
Okay.
of mind to be in this match.
Hopefully. Whew.
Anyways, match number 3 here, we had Linty take on KX, and Linty got the win against KX. KX has been on a downhill projector in AWW, projectile in AWW, and it's not looking good for KX. What do you think about this matchup here, Jake?
Oh yeah, Linty was looking very impressive in that match. After coming off first his win the first week of Powersurge to this, he's doing very well.
Yes, I think Linty's going to be a tough competitor in AWW moving forward. He's always been a tough competitor, and I think he's just hitting his groove as I want to say a world champion in the making
Yeah.
is Linty Juggler 90. Next
Yes.
week we'll see how he does though when he faces a opponent, but we'll talk about that when we get to that segment here.
Yes, we
After
will.
that matchup, we had another segment as Billy Rivers made his way to the ring and basically said, Jake, that he is defeated, really, after losing 2 matches in a row since he won the War Games match.
I'd say, so I guess you could say it's bad luck there. Ugh.
And of course, Thomas Kennedy came out. He said, "Hey, I know how it is. I've been, down in the dumps as well too, and not win matches before. But you gotta keep your head up and get better at due time." And basically challenged Barry Rivers to a match at the Swamp. And I have it official right here as the contract is signed. It will be Billy Rivers taking on Thomas Kennedy at the Swamp in what will be a great
Okay.
matchup, Jake.
Yes, it will.
What do you think about this matchup here between Billy Rivers and Thomas Kennedy?
I think it's going to be a very technical match.
And that's a good thing, right?
Yes, it is.
I don't think it's gonna be like one of those grudge matches like Screw and Matthews is gonna be because these two
Oh,
men respect and love each other. So I don't see them getting very violent and physical, but it's gonna be a fun match to watch.
yeah. Yes, it will be.
But after that contest, we had match number 4 as the filthy one Max Can took on the MBO's pretty deadly assassin Camo Redneck, and Max Can came with the victory.
You're not wrong with that statement about camo.
What do you
But
think about Max Cannon beating Camo? If that's like a projector for like Cannon moving forward up in the roster rankings, or maybe just Camo had a bad night.
you say you never really you say beating camo, no matter even if camo is having a bad night, is very very impressive.
He
The
is indeed.
guy's the guy's by far the biggest person in AWW. So it's impressive, and I think Max Cannon should ride that momentum going forward.
After that contest, we had another vignette from the return. Well, the debut. Well, I don't know what's coming with D1, but D1 is
Hmm.
apparently coming soon. What do you think about D1 right now, Jake?
Honestly, they have to prove themselves in the AWW ring to me.
Fair enough. And of course, our main event, we had the Wise Man Brand final and Primo taking on TB12's Buzzy and Harry.
But if I remember correctly, didn't something happen during that?
Yes, so Jack Bishop made his presence felt talking to Harry and Buzzy,
Hmm.
and then Ace found them backstage and ran them off.
Oh, wow.
And I seen on AW Twitter that like there is rumors speculating that Jack has officially challenged Ace to a match at the
Yeah.
Swamp. Did you see this stuff?
Yes, I did. It looks like it's like a paper with Ace versus Bishop with a smiley face for Jack's signature or something like that.
Jack is just crazy. We have no idea what's going on in his mind, but at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be about. It's gonna be Ace versus Bishop at the Swamp, and we'll see how Jack does in his first official match on the AWW. Another
Yes,
thing
we
that we have to
will.
know is that after Harry beat or after final pinned Harry Thighs, Primo grabbed the
Hmm.
microphone and started talking, and all
Uh,
of a sudden, who came up from under the ring, Killing Damascus just attacked Primo.
yeah, I know.
Why?
So we so we have we have a crazy lunatic who possibly got who possibly murdered someone running around backstage going after TV12. Then we have Killian going after your Hollywood Primo now.
It's gonna be
It
an
makes no
interesting match,
sense.
Jake. Bishop
Yes,
and
it
Ace
is.
is gonna be an interesting match, but we'll have to see what happens
Yeah.
with Primo, and we'll talk more about Primo and Damascus in a little bit. But since we're done with the show here, Jake, let's go to the power rankings this week for Power Surge. Not a lot have changed in the power rankings this week. Bobby Live have went up one spot and a Kane went down. Let's just go over the top 5 here. Number 5 is the women's champion, Kane. Do you agree with her placement on this list, Jake?
Yes, I do.
And why is that? Can you explain to me why she's number
She
5 and not going even farther down?
she hasn't really done anything in recent weeks,
That's a good point.
but she's still a champion in AWW, so that kind of earns you a spot up here.
Fair enough, and she's also been a
Especially,
dominant women's champion as well, and that's why I think she's still in this power ranking here as well.
yes, she has.
It's going to be very interesting at the Swamp when she takes on Gailey Jones, defend the women's championship.
All right.
Number 4, Bobby Live. Do you agree with Bobby Live's placement on this list, Jake?
Yes, I do.
And why is that?
He is the current number one contender. He's getting better. He's getting better with just about everything, whether it be his in-ring talent, also his promo ability.
Number 3, the Iron Ace, still up there as number 3 on the list here. It's hard to take Ace off of a top 5 list. He'd have
I,
to have like one of the worst performances in his life to go down from top 5.
I don't even think that's possible to remove Ace from a top 5 list.
It's not just in the AW like history, guys. It's like it's not just for this year so far. You put Ace at number 1 if it was AW of all time list.
Yes. Also, Ace, we have to be somewhat careful talking about Ace and stuff like that because he has legitimately broken into other recording studios for stuff when we've talked about him.
I'll say bless you to the person that actually
Yeah.
sneezed. I don't
You're
know where
pretty
that came from.
a random producer or
I think
something.
a random producer just sneezed. It's fine. At number 2, Epicap Final, and honestly, this one is hard for me to actually like argue here at number 2 because I think this guy could be number 1.
So yeah, both. Yes, a finally you can make a very good case for being number one. The only issue is most of the opponents he's had aren't like the biggest stars in AWW
That is a
for his
fair
Twitch
point.
title.
That is a fair point, Jake, but I think Final has proven to be a dominant Twitch champion. He's been a very dominant Twitch champion this year, and I think Andy's losing some momentum after last week's 2 weeks ago with that promo against
Yeah,
Bobby Live. But Andy is still number 1 here on the list. What do you have to say about Andy the Ram Hero and Epicap Final at number 2?
you say, Andy. I'm pretty sure Final might be on the road to take over Andy as take over Andy as number one on the list, basically because he's been very dominant and Andy's barely retained his title at times.
We'll see how he does at the Swamp when he takes on Bobby Live. Maybe Bobby Live makes a case to jump to like 2 or 3 or 1 if he
Maybe.
can beat the random hero for the title. You know what it's time for though, Jake?
Is it time for us to go down to the Powersurge Arena?
It's time for some Power Surge main event here tonight, Jake. Tycuno versus Max Cannon. What's your opinion on this matchup here coming up, Jake?
This is going to be a very good match. Both very talented competitors in AWW. I mean, we were just talking about how Max Cannon beat Camo last week.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this match is for one fall. Making his way to the ring first from Austin, Texas, Tai Ki Uno. Speaking of Max Cannon, like who's like a great competitor, what do you guys say about Tai Ki Uno tonight, Jake?
Very talented and also very methodical. No.
Methodical, yeah,
Yeah,
methodical.
methodical on how and on what he targets and how and when he attacks.
He goes after like spot on your body and just chips away and focuses on it. Whereas some other
He
wrestlers would
did.
just try to hit your big moves and end it, like an ace, for example. Ty
Yeah.
takes his time in the ring and dissects his opponents, and that's what makes Ty a dangerous competitor in that ring.
Yes, he does.
I also think Ty has an advantage in his matchup tonight, Jake.
Oh?
Ty didn't wrestle on Friday. Max did. So is
Yeah,
Max's like body against Camo like not healed fully yet?
possibly because Camo is a huge challenge to take on, so he might be.
I soaking in these boos here from the crowd. I just likes the boos, man.
I think he just uses. I think he uses it for energy.
I know you guys on YouTube can't hear it, and I know I can't hear it either, but whenever these lights play and that man's on stage, all I can think of is Young Gravy with that knockout song. As the Filthy One makes his way to the ring. What do you guys say about the Filthy One, Max Cannon, Jake?
Very talented, and he can hit his finisher, the review, pretty much out of nowhere, to be honest.
The fans in Powersurge going to get a special contest here as the Filthy One takes on Tycoon. Who do you think has the advantage in this matchup here? Ty off of the rest, or does Max Cannon build off his momentum beating Camel last week?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Max Cannon with that.
That's a good, fair point. Match underway here, Jake.
Yes. And Ty starting off early, but Max Cannon shutting down his offense almost instantly.
And this is the Filthy One's domain here, going around the aggression here, picks up Ty, drops him on his head.
Nice little brainbuster kind of sort of action.
And the Filthy One going crazy tonight, Jake.
Yes, he is.
So what is the plan going forward here for Max Cannon to stay on the aggression here and win this matchup, Jake?
Honestly, hit the moves that you have to, and try to stay at least one step ahead of Taiki.
Nice reversal by Ty, moving out of the splash. And here comes Taiki. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Ooh, and a nice clothesline to the back.
Goes for the cover early here. One
kick
count.
Out one.
Nice reversal by Max.
Cannon.
And Cannon, he might be trying to finish the match off early, Jake.
Maybe.
Oh, nice reversal by Ty, though. Uh-oh, Ty.
A nice submission by Ty. And Max gets out of it.
And rear view!
Rear view! Into the cover. Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen, your worst matchup. Max Cannon!
I think this is the fastest match we've ever had in Powersurge.
Well, Cannon, like we said before, if he hits that rear view, it's usually always over, Jake. And tonight just shows why it is, as the Filthy One gets the winner tonight on Powersurge.
Yeah, this is...
You can hear it too, can't you? Just the song as he's dancing and celebrating.
Yep.
Well, guys, I'm gonna say this: we are not done here yet with action on Powersurge, because we get to talk about what next week's show for AWW on Friday, the day before the Swamp, Jake.
Yes.
And let's talk about these matches here, and then we're also going to talk about the matches that we have confirmed for the Swamp as well. So, because this is our last show before the Swamp, Jake. So,
yes, it is.
We gotta talk about them.
After this, there might be a new champion, or Andy could still retain, and you don't know what's going on with basically anything else there.
Well, Jake, I think it's time to talk about the matches on the show coming up on Friday. So how about you just pull them up and let's go through them.
Yep. Our first match on Friday in Lafayette, Louisiana, is going to be the BDF versus the New Bronco Order, with their members being Closer and Berserker.
So who do you think has the advantage in this matchup here? If you had to guess between the BDF and the New Bronco Order?
I'm going to say the BDF does.
And why is that?
Because BDF, they are always showing, they are always prepared for pretty much anything. Like both competitors in the BDF are accomplished solo, with Smooth being the first ever AWW champion, and and Andrew's just a powerhouse. So when they combine in actually tag, it's very entertaining to watch.
So you're gonna take the BDF over the New Bronco Order.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna say this: New Bronco Order have been getting a lot of like disgusting like criticism lately. They don't, people don't realize Berserker is a former Twitch champion, and so is Closer. They're both former Twitch champions, and honestly, last year Berserker looked fucking dominant. Jake,
I Yes, he did.
it kind of lost like steam though for Berserker, and it felt like he's now in a back role in the company right now,
Yeah.
as the BDF is kind of trying to just help, or not BDF, the NBO is trying to basically just help out their leader Buttscrew against
Yeah.
Matthews, and it kind of derailed his momentum. But he's still a tough competitor, and I think that's
Yes,
gonna
he is.
be the big thing going into this matchup moving forward: is how is Berserker gonna get his momentum back in AWW this year? And I think tonight he's gonna show up by having a good tag team match with his partner Closer, and they're gonna beat the BDF. Is my prediction.
All right.
Match 2, we have Buttscrew going one on one with Linty. What's your opinion on this matchup here, Jake?
This is honestly risky for Screw, having a match before going, basically walking in blindly to a death match, which can have all sorts of weapons.
And I know Buttscrew just from
Uh,
pure, like, you know, how he wrestles. He's not going to be stupid. He's going to be methodical with this matchup here. And I can see Linty winning by a count out.
I'm I'm gonna agree with that, or even DQ.
I don't think Buttscrew's going to wrestle fully and, like, take this match seriously. And if he feels like he's in any way going to lose or take damage that he does not want to take before tomorrow,
Yeah.
before Saturday, he's going to forfeit the match and basically go out just so he's ready for the death match on Saturday in New Orleans.
Yes, but do you think Linty will let him do that?
I don't know. I really don't know, because I don't know if Lindsay's just going to want to take the win or if there's going to be more pride involved in that matchup. Butster could come out and completely surprise me as well and just take the match seriously, beat Linty in a tough contest, and then move on to the swamp with a little bit of injuries too. So it all depends on Buttscrew. I'm just saying that Buttscrew, if this match was gonna be like seriously, like Buttscrew taking it seriously, I have no idea who's gonna win.
Yeah, but again, we really don't know.
Match number 3, we have Dyad taking on Bozo the Clown, and I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna take Dyad to beat Bozo here. What do you
Oh,
think?
I'm gonna take Boza because Boza's a proven powerhouse in the women's division.
I feel like Dyad this year has been very close to being ready to be in the contendership match for the AW Women's Championship, and I feel like Dyad could be one of the next number one contenders against Kaoma Kane, and on Friday, she's gonna show it by beating Bozo the Clown on in Lafayette.
All right. So, yes, I just have Bozo out overpowering Dyad and beating her in Lafayette. So yeah.
These two women have had a rivalry in the past this season, and I think it's going to come to blow on this show in Lafayette, Louisiana. Number 4, we have Slyko taking on McCoy. What's your opinion on this matchup here, Jake?
That's gonna be a very entertaining match to watch because Slyko is very fun to watch in ring, and so is McCoy, to be honest.
It's High Flyer versus High Flyer in Lafayette, and I have no idea who's going to win
Yeah.
this matchup.
I know.
It's
I
going
do
to
see.
be. Hmm?
I did see that McCoy has a new look as well.
He does have new gear and stuff like that, and I think maybe McCoy goes over because of the new hype around him, especially after the match against Primo. I think this match is going to be a high flying contest, and it's going to be whoever basically hits their big moves first, I guess.
Yep. I'm gonna
So
take McCoy on this.
I'm
I guess you could say he's no longer looking. I guess the correct term is AJ Styles lightish.
He looks like a young AJ Styles now instead of an older one.
Yes, he does.
But since we're gonna say this, I'm gonna take McCoy as well too. I think that McCoy is going to hit the big moves, and I think Slyko's gonna go for something like the 630. He's just gonna miss, and it's gonna be too much for him to really handle. So I'm taking
Yes.
McCoy to beat Slyko. In our main event from last week after the attack on Primo, it will be Hollywood Primo 101 with Killian Damascus.
That's gonna be a crazy match, and I'm not sure if Primo's ready for that because I don't think he's ever faced Killian Damascus before.
Primo had a great match against McCoy a few weeks ago. He also had a great
Yeah,
match. Like, this is the third main event in a row, by the way.
oh,
Um, McCoy's on a very hot streak, and it's showing right now. I
Primo, but
wonder.
yes,
I wonder if Primo. Did I say McCoy?
yes.
Okay, sorry. I meant Primo. Primo's been on a hot streak, and he's riding it. And it makes me wonder if he's gonna try and get another world championship match in the future because of how much he's been actually dominating on AEW as of late.
And I would not blame him if he wanted another one.
But I also don't think that Primo really likes wrestling that much on the show because he's a cocky, arrogant prick and doesn't want to wrestle half the time.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. I mean, didn't you have to force him to wrestle once?
Yes, I did. And I'm kind of forcing him to wrestle this match as well, too, but he kind of wants it after he got attacked last week. um, but yeah, Primo's going to have this matchup against Killing Damascus. I'm going to take Primo just because he's on the hot streak, but I wouldn't be surprised if Damascus somehow pulls up the upset and
I'm
dethrones
also
Primo.
yeah. I'm gonna take Primo on this as well because he seems angry right now after what Killian did to him.
All right, Jake, that's it for our for our matches in Lafayette on Friday. But we still have another show to talk about. And now we don't have like the official card up of when these matches are happening yet and stuff
No.
like that. Usually it comes out after AW on Friday. So we'll just go through all the matches here that we have known is going to be on the Swamp on Saturday. And we're just going to
Yes, we
blitz
will.
through them real quickly, Jake. So let's just start off here. Match number one that we have to talk about is Jack Bishop taking on the Iron Ace.
I have no clue what this match holds at all. To be honest,
Ace has the advantage in this matchup here because we have no idea what we're going to see from Jack Bishop, and Ace
yeah.
is the proven commander. I'm going to take Ace over Jack Bishop.
I'm gonna have to take Ace on this one. Also, do we like this is a normal match, right?
Yes, this is a normal contest.
All right.
I mean, we have a death match and we have another parking lot brawl. I mean, do you really
Fair
need
enough. We
another
don't need
freaking...
anything special, but we don't know. Jack Bishop might take out the ref or something.
Speaking of parking lot brawl, the AW Tag Team
Ooh.
Championships match is on the line in a parking lot brawl as My Shoe defends against Swin and Jeff. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take my shoe in this match.
I think My Shoe has the momentum here. They already beaten Jeff and Swin at the Siege of the North. This is just going to be another dominant performance by My Shoe in the parking
Yeah.
lot against Jeff and Swin, but we'll see.
We're just gonna have to hope that no one comes out with broken bones.
AW Twitch Championship is on the line as Epic Cat Final takes on Harry Thighs. What's your opinion on this one, Jake?
You said Harry Thighs and love him. He's a great competitor, but nothing can really deny the dominance that is Epic Final right now.
I think Final is a dominant competitor, and like I said, I think he could be number one in the future for AW's power rankings on Powersurge. I'm taking Final to beat Harry Thighs.
I'm
In
taking
this
Final
great
here as
match.
well.
Yeah. This is
Wait,
where the
sorry.
controversy is probably going to come into play
You say,
soon.
okay, hold up. Pull up history books. The TB12 fanboy didn't take TB12 for once.
AW Women's Championships on the line as Kane takes on Gailey Jones. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take a Kane because she's been champion this entire time and she's kind of been dominant in AEW with the title.
I think we're going to see an upset in this matchup here. There's always an upset at least once on these shows. I'm taking Gailey Jones to be the new women's champion against Kane.
All right.
It might not happen. I don't know. You know, I'm the owner of this company. There's no spoilers here, guys. I don't know who's gonna win this contest. I guarantee you that. I'm taking Gilly Jones over Kane.
All right.
AEW World Heavyweight Championship match on the line as Andy the Ram Hero takes on Bobby Live.
I'm gonna take Bobby Live because in the recent weeks we've seen a fire lit under him that we haven't seen in him before.
Bobby Live has had a big fire lit under his fucking ass lately, and it's been very refreshing to see on AEW television. However, Andy is the man of AEW, and it is hard to overcome the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. If Bobby Live's gonna have to do it, he's gonna have to prove it. But until he
Yes,
proves that he can be a world champion, I gotta take Andy to beat Bobby Live at the Swamp. You got anything else to say about this?
No, I don't, because this is honestly gonna be a great match to watch.
High Energy and Bacon Lord Boy will take on the Tax Coalition.
Sorry, high energy and B Dizzle. Fuck, I said it wrong again.
Be
Damn it.
Dizzy.
B Dizzy versus the Tax Coalition, but this is gonna be a crazy match. And oh yes, I have no clue what it holds.
I'm gonna say this. I'm taking the Coalition to beat High Energy and Bacon Lord Boy because this coalition is the 3-man team. They are all in together. They know their like stuff together. High Energy and Bacon Lord Boy kind of are helping each other because of the attacks by the coalition. We don't know how they're
Yes.
gonna like mesh well in a 3-on-3 tag team match. We know
I know.
Dante and Sylvester know how to do tag team wrestling, but do they know how to do a triplet match with someone they're not used to with Bacon Lord Boy?
Yeah. Like, because the Tax Coalition is like formed like because they all get along and like we saw that they teamed well when they did it once. Well, at least Crusher teamed well with Turbs, but now we have a team that's basically the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So we have no clue how that's gonna work.
Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take the coalition on this one as much as I hate to pick Crusher in anything.
Death match as Brett Matthews takes on Butt Screw. Um, this is a tough match to
I'm gonna
pick.
I'm gonna say this, even though yes, there is technically a winner when it comes to like AWW records and stuff like that. No one wins in this match. No one's gonna win. They're both gonna come out hurt, and and possibly worse.
I think this is not going to be for the faint of heart, ladies and gentlemen. You now, if you are squeamish or you're a child, you're not going to want to watch this death match between Matthews and Bud Screw.
No, you're not.
As for who wins this match, it could go either way. It depends on who takes the brunt of the damage first, and it depends on who can inflict the most torment to the other man and have a conscious and not guilty soul for it.
Yes, it is.
And I'm
I
about to
mean,
flip a coin. It's gonna be either this is how I'm gonna pick this matchup here. Heads, I'm taking Matthews. Tails, I'm taking Butt Screw. I'm flipping this coin right now. Okay, it came heads. I'm taking Matthews.
we saw what happened to Matthews even last time he was in a death match. Even though he lost, it still left him kind of as a shell of his former self.
I mean, that's
So
to be expected, but even
yeah,
Primo, who won, was still a shell of his
was
former self as well.
yes, he was. Is it? I'm gonna take Matthews though. It's oh gosh, this match is gonna be a rough one though.
And our last match to talk about Thomas Kennedy taking on Billy Rivers. This is gonna be an
This is
interesting matchup.
yes, it is. This is gonna be a real technical showing.
Who you taking, Billy? Or who you taking, Jake? Sorry.
I'm
Billy
taking
Rivers.
Billy on this one.
You taking Billy. Why are you taking Billy Rivers?
Because Billy starting to prove himself in AWW, even though he lost his last two matches after getting the pinfall in the War Games match, but it's still gonna be very impressive no matter what comes out of that match.
I'm gonna take Kennedy to beat Rivers here because Kennedy has proven to be a dominant force in AW lately. He's going to be. I think he's in line for a title shot in the near future in his career, and he deserves it. And I think
Yes, he
Dean
does.
Rivers is going to be pushing him above forward. Well, guys, that's going to do it for our Powersurge show tonight. Hopefully, that death match does not go dangerously wrong, and we have to cancel the whole
This.
show because of something stupid that happens in it.
Hmm. Do you know something we don't, Wolf?
I don't know anything at all. I just know that
Yeah.
death matches can be very dangerous and brutal, and
Yes.
someone might not even walk out the same.
You see, you better have more than one ambulance on standby for that.
Do you have any last
Ugh.
words before we actually end our last Powersurge before the swamp, Jake?
So, have a good night, and the swamp is definitely gonna be viewer discretion is advised.
Thank you all for watching. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. I think the power rankings is going to be going haywire and crazy next week, guys, and you're not going to want to miss it. I'm the
Yes, it
Avatar.
is.
I'm out. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you see on the YouTube. Go check out the Twitch and check us out on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this coming week before the Swamp to see the regular show, and then at the Swamp it's an 8 p.m. start time. So go see that as well. I'm the Avatar Wolf. I have my partner Jake with me. We're out. Peace.